I had just said goodbye to my wife and ducked. Then seconds later, I heard they were in trouble. I hurried to the nearby emergency room, only to find my wife had already become a cold body, with no time for grief. I rushed to my daughter's hospital room. She was seriously injured and in a coma, and I didn't know when she would be able to wake up. I was in complete despair. The police quickly began their investigation, but because there were no eyewitnesses at the scene, the case was very difficult to solve. Looking at the station's wall, full of unsolved cases, I knew that catching the killer was now a distant hope. This made me fall into a depression, and I began to spend my days and nights sleepless. Not long after, I took my wife back to her hometown and buried her in the family cemetery. On the way home with my father-in-law, we encountered a group of poachers. My father-in-law got out of the car with his gun without a second word. The poachers heard the shot and fled in a panic. He told me that the police tend to only show up after something has happened, and that you have to be the one to protect your family at all times. When I heard this, a storm of emotions brewed inside me. I felt that my failure to protect my family had led to my wife's tragic death, and so, for the first time, the idea of revenge formed in my mind. I went to a local gun store, wanting to purchase a few guns, but buying one required a lot of paperwork. Being cautious, I didn't want to leave any clues, so I needed to get a gun secretly. An opportunity soon presented itself. I was treating a gang member injured in a firefight when, during the procedure, the patient's gun suddenly fell to the floor. I reacted quickly, quietly, hiding the gun. From then on, I decided not to rely on the police and to get revenge my own way. So, I treated patients at the hospital by day and by night. I practiced my marksmanship by following videos. Slowly, my shooting became more and more skilled. I began to look for a target and happened to witness a robbery. I yelled out to stop it, but unexpectedly one of them shot directly at me. In a rage, I pulled out my handgun and hit the getaway driver with a single shot. The car went out of control and crashed into a lamppost. The other robber got out and began shooting. I hid behind a car, found the right moment, and suddenly jumped out and shot him. Seeing him on the ground, I walked up and delivered the fatal shot, then turned and left. The police received a report and at the scene saw a video taken by a witness, but they were unable to identify the killer, only discovering that he was left-handed. I watched my own back in the video, but I couldn't feel happy because my wife's case still had no clues. But soon, things took a turn. The next day, a young man who had been shot came to the hospital. On his hand, he was wearing my lost watch. I secretly took his phone, used his fingerprint to unlock it, and inside I found the clue that he had gotten my watch on the black market. Following this clue, I quickly found the shop. I pretended to be an associate of the patient, but the owner recognized me at a glance, secretly sent a message to his accomplices, and then bent down to grab a gun. But I immediately picked up a dart from the table and threw it into his hand. Under the threat of my handgun, the owner quickly told the truth. So the next day, I went to a car repair shop, ready to properly welcome the man who murdered my wife